Yeah, this one's been really interesting to me. So I tweeted this and I said, am I the only one that thinks it's ridiculous the Venus and Serena Williams movie is named after their dad? It's called King Richard, by the way. Who was asking for a movie about him? They're the inspirational champions. So this is about this movie that was produced by Venus and Serena Williams, but also produced by Will Smith, and it stars Will Smith. It's called King Richard. And I remember when I saw the trailer a few months ago, actually, King Richard with Will Smith. And I had in my mind, because I wasn't clear, I thought King Richard he was doing Shakespeare. I thought it was a Shakespeare thing. So then I clicked on it or something. It didn't look right because I think I was thinking of Macbeth, which is coming out with Denzel Washington, which I already knew, but somehow I didn't also know exactly what that was. Anyway, so I thought, wait a minute, is this what I was thinking? King Richard, what is this? And then I watched it and I watched the trailer and it's actually about the father of Venus and Serena Williams. And I thought to myself, well, why is the movie, the big Hollywood movie about Venus and Serena Williams, why is it foregrounding the father? And why isn't it called Superstars, the Venus and Serena Williams story? You know what I mean? So I immediately went to this kind of, there's a sexism thing going on here. And also Will Smith, to me, who I have affection for like the Independence Day moment and the early years. But he also, something about him, now he's got a book out at the moment. It feels very kind of vanity project in my mind, right? So I put that out and a bunch of people agreed. But then I got a lot of other tweets that said, why are you attacking this Black actor? This is Venus and Serena are
the producers.
They're producers. It's their story. They get to say what their story is. If they're okay with it, why aren't you okay with it? This is white supremacy in action, all this stuff. And I thought, oh, wait a minute. I touched a nerve here that I was not expecting to, because I was saying something about that I thought I saw sexism in action. And they were saying, I'm speaking out of turn or I got it wrong. So anyway, I'm intrigued to hear your thoughts on this because, this is obviously charged.
Well, I think what's really interesting is I might have looked at it as a misogynoir thing as well. And there's been so many stories of female-led Black movies that have been put on limited release. We can talk about Diary of a Mad Black Woman. We can talk about Dream Girls. But there's this perception in Hollywood that you can't sell a movie with a Black female lead.
And interesting. Yes.
There's also what was the other one with what's her name? Where they were all the NASA mathematicians. They did the same thing with that movie. They put it on a limited release because they just didn't think
something minds.
Yes, and they thought these Black women, and then the funny thing is, time after time, it proved that no, this isn't true. These movies were, smash hits. So it's kind of like, yeah, I would have to say, it's their story to tell, so they can tell it in any way they want. But I mean, to me, I just think the studios have never really celebrated the Black female lead, or when there is a Black female-led project, it's often underestimated and on limited release, and that's also reality.
I mean, he is pretty fascinating character, though. I mean, he is incredibly driven. Apparently, he had this 2 years before they were born. He already had this plan mapped out. There'd been no particular history of tennis in his life, I don't think. They were going through this on Graham Norton the other night because Will Smith was a guest, and Will Smith comes to the Graham Norton show quite a lot, actually, and his appearances are always really good fun. But and he said that Venus and Serena had obviously gone to the premiere and that they were sort of really tearful about it and they enjoyed it. I didn't know they were on the thing as producers, but obviously that makes complete sense. In a way, because the characters are not Richard the father is not a character who is on the tennis court. So where Venus and Serena did their speaking was on the court, and obviously, you know, Richard was driving everything else. So it does kind of make him this sort of mogul character, and it does give him a bit more. It gives him a bit more dimension, because when you see movies about tennis players, they're not. It's not an easy balance to strike. I mean, the Borg McEnroe thing, which was about a very specific match, was kind of great to watch, but you never get the whole picture. It's kind of difficult, really. I'm just trying to think of other sort of sport equivalent movies. I'm trying to think of anything.
It seems like that would be a second movie you do after there was a movie about the actual girls personally.